hospitality people going there.
Yeah,
for the
and
summer,
people
yeah.
were asking them the dumbest question. Like in Norway, there's like a Norwegian girl behind the counter. I was like, wow, that's cool. And he was like, oh, how do you like Florida compared to Norway? She's like, it's a lot warmer. And it's like, oh my God, how many times has she had that question?
So many better
Did
questions.
she have an accent?
Somebody else be like, yeah, I'm not from here either. And she's like, cool.
Did
like,
she have an accent?
Yeah, she's Norwegian.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like I was just checking if you went that many layers of checking in on this. Like maybe they all.
I mean, you got to trust Disney here. They're not going to lie. They would get.
Why wouldn't
people
they?
would have found
Why
out
wouldn't
if
they,
they were
though?
Who
lying
would
about
find out? Who's doing the investigative reporting on this, Johnny, other than
I'll tell you who, the people that like the day after they stop it
Yeah.
because something happens.
Yeah,
Because
That
there's this
includes
whole
them in that,
conspiracy
yeah.
that they're really flying in Swedes instead of Norwegians.
It could be.
Well,
How many
I
drunk
asked her-
Florida? They allow beer in the parks now. Who's going to notice?
I asked her. I was like, "What's the most authentic thing here?" Because it was a bakery, and she's like, "Oh, it's all traditional Norwegian food." I went, "Oh no, I get that. It all looks great, but what do you consider closest to what you?"
That's
could
the
get
right
back
question to
home?"
ask, yeah.
And she went, "Huh?" And she looked off for a second, and I almost saw her normal face, and then she gave me her Disney smile again, and she was like, "It's the lefses or whatever," and they're like these rolled up pastries with sugar and stuff.
That's so weird, dude. Because
And
she was
Greg,
thinking, like,
you know what you
none
do?
of this shit is what I grew up with, but this is the closest.
It was like it's like a more
That's funny,
traditional,
dude.
but it was weird. It's like sugar and cream or something like wrapped up in like a sweet tortilla.
But that's probably what they eat.
right. And I was like, cool, I'll definitely come back for that. Thank you. And I was like, I'm not eating that stuff. But
Also, you broke her, and like when you said like think back, what's your actual favorite in your life? She thought, oh God damn it! 10 years ago, I told myself I'd come here for a year for the experience, and now I'm stuck in Disney World.
Mickey didn't train me for this.
Yeah.
Well,
They told
the
me if
best
I
part-
leave, they'll
the best part was-
Cut
kill
your
Like, I
feet
tried-
off.
no, she did
Maybe
fine. Like,
immigration
she was very
arrest you.
professional. she still tried to sell me a Disney product. Like, they can't get upset with her. She's like, yeah, this one's the best. Like,
Wait, do you think when the employees of Disney World like probably get threatened to
Their
just
chip gets
stay and keep
activated,
quiet
yeah.
and all that, do you think like they're in a dark room and like a Mickey character comes in and talks to them in this creepy ha voice?
it's time for us to have a talk. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Well, you're about to have no hands, bitch. You think that's funny?
Yeah.
You'll lose your feet, too.
Do you think you could smile and not fuck up with the guests with your left hand because you're going to lose your right?
You'll need some health insurance.
And we don't provide that.
But the best
Mickey
part
also has a
was
southern accent.
I don't know.
the best part was Kara is like an animal doctor and a scientist and knows all this shit. So in Animal Kingdom, which is like
Kara
a
is
giant
Johnny's
zoo,
wife.
Yeah,
Like, share,
it's a
and
giant
subscribe.
zoo in an amusement park. Like she would act like the guy whose job is to like feed these birds. Like he just fills the worms. I don't know what else he does.
What
but
time
he's
does he get
filling-
into work in the morning?
How
I
drunk was
didn't
he?
ask that question. We didn't have a lot.
Is it
of
like a
time.
9 to 5 job for bird feeding? Or like,
No, you got to go
didn't-
till at least 6.
Like I said, I didn't ask that question.
They got a night
but-
cycle. You got to go till at least sundown, yeah.
But so he like throws the fruit in and answers questions. So Kara's like, "Oh, do you worry about them getting sick?" She's like, "Well, we have staff on hand to make sure they're healthy and blah 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 or whatever." She's like, "Oh, that's cool, but like do you treat them in house? And if they die, do you give them your in-house necropsies?" And said something else and he about like, "Are you worried about this disease, like a specific disease?" And he's like, "What do you do?" And then when she gave her credentials, he was like, "Oh, cool," and then just started talking really complicated like bird care stuff. Like
oh, so
medical
his
stuff.
first instinct was like not to bother with it.
Well, he was
no,
in,
is
he
to
was in
give
Disney
you what
speak.
you wanted. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
is it like, oh, what are you asking? Oh, you want to learn something cool about birds? Oh, you
Yeah.
know way more than that. The average person. You have real questions. Cool. We can still talk about that. I want you to have a good Disney experience. Like he just like rolled with it. She did that with multiple people.
That
and
sounds
everybody
magical.
was like super
Little bit.
qualified.
Little bit.
And it's like your job is to.
I
stand
think
here
that
and
bird guy
smile
was
and-
planted there.
and you think they knew she was coming?
Yeah, yeah.
Because we did it to the
You did
bullfrog
it, of
lady, and she
on a
did just as
bird.
They
well.
check all the airline tickets. They know where people are going.
Yeah. Do you
They
hear,
got a guy.
when you clicked on the plane tickets and you clicked like submit, confirm, I want to buy these, did you hear a little,
Oh.
As your data was stolen by like the Mickey module in every computer, because every
monorails?
no computer company has made a computer in the last 20 years without a Mickey module. They made
Yeah.
sure of that.
It's backdoor, of course.
It's
Yeah, the
hardware
monorail,
too.
when the doors close to the monorail, it goes, ho, ho.